What up, everybody? So today we are working on Royal Enfields. This is the Meteor 350, Classic 350. Today we are doing valve adjustments. So we're taking the seat off. We already have the back seat taken off here. That's down here. So we're gonna get in, we're gonna take this off, which will expose the tank, and then we'll get the tank off and we'll kind of go from there and do some valve adjustments. First time, so we're gonna dig in. All right, we took the top of the engine off here, so you got that right here. So we took these bolts out and the two bolts on the sides. So if you look down here, this, well, I'm not 100% sure exactly what all of it is, but I know that it looks really clean and very cool. But process so far, honestly, it's been pretty easy. We disconnected all of the electrical. We took the two vacuum lines out of the gas tank, pulled it off, and then once we had all the electrical parts undone here and here, we were able to then take the bolts off, pull it up. We also had to remove the ignition, what was it, the ignition coil. So once that was out of the way, we were able to actually pull this off pretty easily and move it over to the side, and now we've exposed this and yeah.
Is it in gear?
I think so.
Okay, cool. We don't have the correct tool to get this engine to top dead center, which is where we need to be to adjust our valves. And normally you just get a big ass Allen, you stick it into here, undo this screw, and then you can get to the crank bolt. We don't have that, so I'm gonna have you turn the rear wheel as if it was driving. So if you're on this side, it'd be up or anti-clockwise.
Yeah, so this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in gear.
Oh, we should pull the spark plug out to make that easier.
Yeah.
Basically, there's a small round hole in this timing chain sprocket, and we need it to be in the middle, lined up with that hole to be a top dead center. So we're gonna pull the spark plug out, we're gonna top dead center, and we'll get back to you.
We'll be back.
That hole that I'm talking about is right here. We want to line it up with here, and it looks like we got it just about centered. When it's in this position, both of the valves are shut, and now we can take our feeler gauge and stick them in between the valves. The valve adjuster and here, just to see like what our actual valve clearance is when it's not under pressure.
Yeah, and apparently this is standard maintenance.
It is absolutely standard maintenance.
So we dug in and we put some feeler gauges on this. It's kind of tough to see. So we put the feeler gauge in and it was at 0.08 millimeters, which is the recommended clearance for your intake. And then on this side, we put our feeler gauges in as well, and for your exhaust, they recommend 0.18 millimeters, and they were both right on. I just am getting to the break-in period of this bike, so we're just diving in. So this one is good. So now we're going to put it back together, and we are going to start on the Classic 350, which, from what Ethan was saying, we're going to need it.
All right, we're about to start working on this Classic 350. I forgot to press the time-lapse record shit for the other bike, but it's back together, and it's outside, and it's running, so we couldn't have fucked it up too bad.
We did it.
So we're going to take this off. It's going to be a skosh more complicated just because I needed the vanity springs under the seat to make it look like it had a Springer seat. But do not be fooled. This seat is fixed in place and those do nothing. So we're going to get this bike apart. We're going to get it sorted out. Time for the time lapse. We got everything put back together, we got everything right, we got the valves adjusted. We would have taken a video, but that seemed like a lot of work, so we didn't. The valves were super off in this bike, and this is after I paid the dealership over $400 to do this job. It's not a complicated job. Anybody with basic hand tools and feeler gauges can do it. John.
Yeah.
Have you ever adjusted valves before?
Nope.
How hard do you think it was?
Not very. There's a little bit of like a learning curve, like with anything. As you kind of get in, you're like, okay, I need to do this before I can do this. But once you understand like the steps to take, I wouldn't pay somebody more than $100 to do this job. So do yourself a favor, if you're thinking about going out and taking it to a dealership, make sure it's a reputable dealership and they're not gonna gouge you. But honestly, if you have an Allen wrench and a ratchet set, you can do this job.
And yeah, my GoPro is gonna die again, like it died earlier. My only other note is this fits really nicely inside of here. I think that's the clutch cable line. And then the Classic 350 seemed to be slightly harder to remove the valve cover than it was on the Meteor because of space concerns, but at the same time they're the same engine, so it's a doable job. And I also recommend leaving this in here because it's not that hard to just plop the gas top back onto it. And you definitely do need to remove your ignition coil if you want to get enough clearance to pull that off there.
Yeah, we tried it without, and we did not have enough clearance. It's just a hassle putting the ignition coil back into place is probably the toughest part of the job. It's just a pain getting all of the electrical work clipped back in. But once you're there, it's super easy.